If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, how do you call out your competition mystery shopper, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC technician sales secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. Heads up, in the slow season, shenanigans are abound. And so what tends to happen is companies are like, I want to know what specials my competitors are running. So what they do is they fake a house, right? They load it up with tech. They might do video recording. They might do audio recording. And they have your company come out and say, hey, come give a presentation. Come give a sales call. Now, I will share with you, your brain will play tricks on you in a lot of instances. But a lot of times when you feel like there's something off here, there's something off. Like a lot of times when you're getting secret shop, the conversations are weird. The interactions are weird. The story's just nothing. It's like, you know, the pace, the rhythm, and the feeling of a call. And you're like, something is off here. Something's wrong. Now, I can remember a time that I ran a sales call, probably about 5 miles this direction. And, you know, you get used to neighborhoods. You get used to knowing what bills should be. And you get used to like what is normal and what's abnormal. And, you know, there's things that you see around people's houses and that are normal. And then you're like, okay, this is kind of weird. So go to this house, 2-story house, like 22, 23, 2,400 square feet, 4 or 5 ton Train XE8 unit. So it's like from the late 80s, early 90s, like way before 10 SEER. And so I'm going to the house, the furnace is upflow configuration in the garage, and I open the door, and there's vacuum pumps there. Like heating and air vacuum pumps. Plural. And I'm like, man, I knew there's something off on this call. So, like, my brain's on fire. Like, okay, how do I address this? This is, 15 years ago. Like, didn't have all the skills that I got now. So go on the outside and talking to the homeowner. I'm like, what are your bills like? What do you keep your thermostat set at? And the guy's like, oh, I keep my thermostat set at 72. I'm like, cool. What are your bills like? And he's like, $80. $80. I'm like, no freaking way. Not on an 8 SEER unit, not on a 2,400 square foot house. So then we go inside and, he's like, hey, I want to get a price. And it's this whole process is completely out of order. It's like the guy's trying to push me to get me to where I need to be, okay? So then I sit down on the couch and I look over and I see equipment manuals, like the kind that you order equipment from. I'm like, time out. We got to have this conversation. So if you want to know what to say, hang on a second and I'll get to it. You should absolutely join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel. It's an email publication. You get emails from me. You don't want emails? Don't sign up. You want emails? Sign up. Occasionally, I send them out every week. Sometimes I miss, depending upon my travel schedule. So this is the right way to deal with, the secret shopper. The secret shopper that's not so secret is you pause the conversation and you say, hey, listen, I got some concerns, right? Let's have the real conversation. And you wait for them to say, okay, because they know they've been caught. And you say, it feels like there's something going on here. Mind sharing what the situation is? You're not going to call them out right for it. You're just going to say, you mind sharing what the situation is? And they're going to go, what are you talking about? And they're going to get super squeaky like a mouse, right? Super squeaky like a mouse. And you're going to say, yeah, like something's off here. I've done this a lot. Care sharing with me what's going on. And like you'll hear we're just trying to figure out where everybody else is. And like if you work for a company where your numbers are up against it, like here's what you do: is you pull out your phone, put it on speakerphone, you call your manager, and you're like, "Hey, manager, I'm sitting here with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, who happen to work for XYZ company. Can you want to talk to them for a second? Hey, what's going on? Well, we wanted to see what you guys were up to and how things are going and what the situation is." Okay, that's the way that I would deal with it. Now, be aware. There are times where the call goes weird and you're not being secret shopped. You have to be aware that sometimes that you could be wrong. Sometimes your spidey senses are tingling and they're not in the right spot. And you could be completely off. Right? I got a friend that went and did one of these secret shopper calls, and he's looking around on the walls and sees the wife of his ex-boss or the daughter of his ex-boss, and he's like, instantly he knew shenanigans were afoot. Your competition, almost promise you, especially if you work for a bigger company, is going to shop you. I was doing a ride along with my little brother probably 4 years ago, and we go to the door and the guy is like, "Hi, my name's Bob. I mean Ben." My little brother looks at me and is like, "We're being secret shopped." Like, literally. Just turns around and goes, "We're being secret shopped." And the guy was like, "No, no, no." Heating and air truck parked around the corner at his house. Go to Facebook. Guess what? Oh, yeah. It was his company. It does happen. You got to be willing to call people out for it. It is shenanigans. It is garbage. Don't do this. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button. Click on it. And every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.